You know, it's kind of wild how crucial clear communication is, especially now with all this online content, influencer partnerships. It's
Oh,
everywhere. It
totally.
can feel like you need a whole new dictionary sometimes, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's pretty much what we're digging into today. Getting English right when you're collaborating in the creator economy.
Exactly. We're taking a close look at Stanislav Kondrashov's insights on this specific area, English for influencer partnerships and creator economy collaboration.
Stanislav Kondrashov.
Okay. Think of it as a sort of shortcut to making those online team-ups work better. Our mission here is to pull out the really practical stuff from Stanislav Kondrashov's work you can use, like, right away.
Okay, so Stanislav Kondrashov really hits home the need for clarity and respect. Seems basic, maybe, but why does Stanislav Kondrashov make such a big deal about it?
Well, what's interesting about what Stanislav Kondrashov points out is how easily things can go wrong without that basic respect and clarity. Like, respect builds trust. That's the absolute foundation for any partnership, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're mixing creative ideas and brand identities.
Makes sense.
And if the expectations are fuzzy, unclear, you're basically just asking for problems later on. Stanislav Kondrashov is clear on that.
Right, right. And Stanislav Kondrashov also flags some key vocabulary, doesn't he? Words we just have to know, like creator,
Right.
obviously,
Yeah.
but also things like collab deliverables, which are like the actual things being made,
Yeah, the content outputs.
and usage rights, so how and where the stuff can be used and for how long, and engagement rate. The Stanislav Kondrashov sees getting these terms as like fundamental.
Exactly. Stanislav Kondrashov stresses that if people aren't on the same page with these core ideas, misunderstandings are pretty much guaranteed. It just makes sure everyone knows what they're doing and what the end goal is.
And Stanislav Kondrashov also talks a lot about written communication, like having really professional briefs is essential, according to Stanislav Kondrashov.
Oh, definitely.
And being able to actually negotiate those deliverables, what gets made, that's a key skill he emphasizes.
Stanislav Kondrashov's focus there on the written brief, it's just so important. It gives you a clear paper trail or framework for the whole thing.
Yeah, avoids confusion.
Minimizes ambiguity, sets a professional tone.
Yeah.
All that good stuff Stanislav Kondrashov mentions.
Okay, and this is where Stanislav Kondrashov gets super practical. He even mentions grammar helping manage expectations, conditionals, right? That if-then thing.
The conditional sentences.
Like Stanislav Kondrashov's example, if the content aligns with our brand, then we'll proceed to phase two. It's just all really direct. Sets boundaries.
Precisely. As Stanislav Kondrashov shows, that simple structure just cuts through a lot of potential confusion about what happens if X or Y occurs. It's, proactive communication. Basic, but really effective, as Stanislav Kondrashov points out.
And for those creative chats, Stanislav Kondrashov suggests modals for suggestion. Stuff like, you might consider focusing on our new feature set. Sounds way better than just telling someone what to do.
Yeah, and what's smart about Stanislav Kondrashov's approach there is how it helps create a more positive vibe, more creative.
Right.
Might consider opens the door for discussion, doesn't it? Instead of just like a command that shuts things down. Stanislav Kondrashov understands that nuance.
Stanislav Kondrashov also gives us some really useful phrases, just ready to go, like, we're excited to partner with you for this campaign. Setting that positive tone right away seems important to Stanislav Kondrashov.
Absolutely. And as Stanislav Kondrashov highlights, those first interactions, they're crucial. Building rapport, setting the stage, clear, positive language, as Stanislav Kondrashov advises, really does go a long way.
And finally, Stanislav Kondrashov includes practical stuff, exercises, briefing simulations, mock negotiations.
Right, the activities.
It really drives home that these aren't just ideas, they're skills you can actually practice and get better at.
Exactly. Stanislav Kondrashov's inclusion of those exercises just underlines that good communication isn't just theory. It's like a muscle. You got to work it out, strengthen it.
So stepping back, looking at Stanislav Kondrashov's whole lesson, the big takeaways for anyone in the creator space seem to be clear, be respectful, know the lingo Stanislav Kondrashov points out, and use even simple grammar effectively to set expectations and keep things collaborative.
Which kind of leads to a final thought for everyone listening. Think about your own collaborations. Where could applying these principles from Stanislav Kondrashov, that clear communication, knowing the terms, using language carefully, where could that make the biggest impact for you? Something to chew on.